Well, guys, I've been a drug mule again. So that's how my week is starting off. At this point, I should probably state kind of what my feelings are towards drugs, since they're apparently going to come up fairly frequently in these videos. I strongly believe that adults of adulting age should be able to do whatever it is that they want to do, as long as it doesn't do any harm to anybody else. And for me, that's where it quickly gets really sketchy when it comes to drugs. You've got things like operating heavy equipment. How impaired are you for things like that? Also, is it taking away from money that could be used to feed your babies? That's something to consider. Or are you just really throwing a substance at something that would be much better resolved with a licensed therapist? Things like that. So yeah, in theory, I'm somewhat okay with drugs, but then when it comes down to it, there's just a lot of rapid complications that I think makes the consideration of drugs unwise. So I just wanted you guys to know kind of where I was coming in on that, since it is coming up. So I'm not really happy that I'm helping to connect people with something that's probably not very good for them, but as I said, I think that adulting adults can decide what they want to do and kind of bear the consequences of that. So yeah. Hello, Tired Narc Hunter here. I have promised you guys to talk about toxic individuals here really quickly. Again, I do not have any footage prepared for my camera yet because I'm kind of backlogged. But I'll get you something. I will put something in the video and we will watch it. Hopefully something a little less boring than driving downtown. But we will see what I'm able to pick up on this week. So, I didn't think I was going to have a brand new example for this discussion of toxic individuals, but it turns out that I have had to remove a fourth person by giving them a 1-star rating, so I want to go ahead and talk about that. And another side note, I really am not normally going to cross over my psychology videos with my Uber driving videos, but I will make one exception here in order to talk a little bit about narcissists, which as you might have gathered from my username, that's kind of a running theme here. So that's what I'm going to launch into right now. Okay, so I think I already stated that the third person that I gave a 1-star rating to was a repeat offender. This man that I just gave a 1-star rating to was also a repeat offender. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. And he was giving off some red flags the very first time that I took him. He was just very particular about everything. The pickup location had to be around the back of the house and not the front. He had to have the vents adjusted just right. The chair had to be adjusted just right, etc. All the way up to the point of telling me how to get to this particular location that he wanted to get to, which did involve me. A minor thing, I suppose, but crossing over an area you're not supposed to cross. It's covered with the yellow cross lines. You're not supposed to cross over it, but we went his direction instead of my direction in order to get to the location. So there were red flags that time, but I did let him go on that one. But the second time, major red flags. So I want you guys to watch this and kind of be warned that there are people who don't care about your safety. I guess that's the nicest thing to say. They just do not care. So the worst part of this, I guess, is the fact that there are 2 children involved in this one, right? So he's taking his 2 children to school. They missed the bus because his alarm didn't go off because his phone was dead. I didn't learn about that until later. All I knew was he was pushing me to go very fast through traffic, like pull out quickly into traffic, you know, making a right-hand turn into traffic. And then he was wanting me to jump from one lane to the other in order to try and avoid hospital traffic. By this time, I was starting to get very, very uncomfortable, and I let him know in no uncertain terms, am I going to be changing lanes? This is the lane that I need in order to get to where we're going, and I'm not going to be zipping in and out of traffic. So I had to get very, very sharp with him. I've never had to do that with a passenger before. It was fairly traumatic to me, and like I said, I mean, these are his kids in the back. You would think that he would have some consideration for his kids, but no, he was determined. He was getting to that school really quickly, and so it was a very uncomfortable ride the whole way because he knew he was in the wrong, and he was one more sentence away from I was going to pull over the car, and he and his kids were going to have to get out, and they were going to have to get another ride somehow. It was just a not good situation. Then we got to the school, and he had me drop the kids off around the back of the school and avoid the line, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know how schools work now, but I have a feeling that that was not the appropriate action to take. So I'm not happy about that. And then as we were driving out, I had to drive past, of course, this lane of traffic waiting, which entailed me driving in the other person's lane. And a truck was then coming down that lane at the same time, so I had to sort of like quickly back up and get out of his way. And this man actually wanted me to keep on driving and force this pickup truck into the grass to get around me in his lane, in the truck's lane. Yeah, so couldn't wait to take him back to his house, give him the 1 star, and never have someone that unsafe in my car ever again. Now, what does this have to do with narcissists? He may be a narcissist, he may not. But I just wanted to sort of throw out an extreme example of somebody who's willing to put himself, his kids, and the Uber driver in all sorts of danger because he cannot take responsibility for the fact that he was late, he didn't take care of the phone, he didn't take care of the alarm clock, and he was just fine with pushing everybody and everything out of his way in order to make up for his mistake, which is not good. It's like I said, I can't evaluate him as being a narcissist or not, but that's definitely narcissistic type behavior. So I just wanted to kind of underscore that, and then I'm going to tell you about a little old lady that I got who definitely was a narcissist. You know, I know some things, I don't know absolutely everything about narcissists, but I do know a lot more than I used to, and I can emphatically tell you she was a narcissist. Okay, so we'll talk about her right now. So everybody thinks, oh, what a nice little old lady, you know, treat her nice, do her favors, all that sort of thing. I can tell you, this woman didn't stop complaining since the moment she got in my car. She had no problem saying, excuse my language, saying that her daughter is a bitch, that the girl living with her is a bitch. I mean, just nasty kind of person. And what killed me was we were going to the bank to straighten out some problem with her card, and she was just grumpy about it because she said her husband, who had passed away, would normally be the one to take care of all that sort of thing. And that's the first thing I'm thinking, is like, oh, that's kind of pathetic, you know? Like, I wouldn't want people doing things for me that I could do myself, you know? It's not that hard, so I'm not sure why he was doing everything for her. I'm sure she loved that. But then she said that she was upset with her daughter because she was expecting once her husband died that her daughter would take over this responsibility of doing all the uncomfortable stuff for her. Oh my gosh, if I were her daughter, I would disown her and have nothing to do with her, and I'd probably be called a bitch too, because that's not how it works. That is not how it works. You're an adult, you're still responsible for you. Your daughter's not responsible for straightening out your card with the bank. Oh my goodness. And I knew this was not going to be a quick trip the more she explained it to me. So she ended up forcing her Uber driver, that's me, to wait outside of the bank for about 30 minutes while she straightened out the details of whatever was going on. I really should have given her a 1 star, but you know what? Like everybody else, I'm just so programmed that like, oh my gosh, it's a little old lady. Don't do that to her, you know? And it's like, and then she got me again on the way home. She was like, oh, do you mind if we make a quick stop to get some soda? It's like, oh my gosh, sure, why not? You wasted half my day already, you know? And so, oh my gosh. There are people in this world who will take you for everything you've got, and they're not obvious about it. Like, each little favor that she asked for looked like nothing, but by the time you add them all up, and so many people are like this, by the time you add up the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th favor you've done for them, finally you gotta realize this person is just manipulating me for everything that they can get. Like, it's so unreal, man, that people think they can get away with this stuff. So I wanted to throw that out there. You'll probably have some passengers like that. If you're nothing at all to do with Uber driving, you're gonna have people in your life that are like this. And they might be disguised as little old ladies. Don't be afraid to give them 1 and 2 star ratings, you know, or get rid of them as quickly as you can. I mean, life is too short to have energy vampires in your life, and that's really what a narcissist is. They are an energy vampire. Everything in their life must be satisfied by someone outside of themselves because they are always the victim. They are never at fault. And so I just wanted to throw that out to you guys in case anybody is guilt tripping you, asking you for lots of favors, manipulating you emotionally, or even being verbally abusive, like calling you a bitch. Not okay, right? Not okay. So moving on then, I'm going to try and keep psychology over on my psychology videos. Let's go ahead to the footage that I have prepared and we'll talk a little bit about the workplace, as usual.
Okay, well, I've just about had it with this dash camera. Unfortunately, I think it is on its way out. But happily, I found this little bit of footage where you get to experience a lovely rainy day in Morgantown, along with a little bit of construction work, which is fairly typical too. So I'm actually glad at least one video file remained on my dash cam. But yeah, I'm going to have to invest in another camera. I'm planning on doing that immediately. In the meantime, hey everybody, Ubering is going pretty great. Thought I'd just talk about that for a second. I think I already mentioned that I've passed 2,000 trips, so by my estimation, for anybody who wants to know, you can probably get your 3,000 trips in a single year of driving for Uber. In case you are interested, in case you were looking at the free tuition that Uber offers, you know, that's a really good deal. You know, 1 year, and then after that you only have to drive enough to maintain gold status while you are in college, which is also good. Right now I'm at the very top, which I believe is diamond. I think it goes yeah, gold, platinum, and then diamond, I think. Anyways, I'm at the top. I'm at the top 1% of drivers in Morgantown. Sorry, the state of West Virginia, I believe. And I also have a 5-star rating, so 5 out of 5. That's really good. So things must be going pretty well. Yeah. No major incidents. No bad traffic incidents. I've already described the, minor passenger incidents, but I just want to underscore that most of my passengers are absolutely fantastic. I just took this girl to Pennsylvania yesterday. It was a nice long drive, and a 30-minute drive felt like it was 5 short minutes because we had just such a wonderful conversation together. I really enjoyed being with her. So, Yeah, can't really say enough good things about this job, to be honest with you, for anybody who's considering this as a job. That's kind of what I'm here for, is to talk about the job. So, yeah, see you next episode.
Alright, what a journey. Well, thank you guys as usual. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel to keep these videos going. Appreciate you. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week.